John Kramer finds out he's very sick with advanced brain cancer and doesn't have much time left. He goes to a group for people with cancer where he meets Henry Kessler. Henry says he got better from a new treatment in Norway led by Dr. Finn Pedersen. John, wanting to try anything to get better, talks to Dr. Pedersen's daughter Cecilia, who tells him to go to her clinic near Mexico City. When John gets to Mexico, he's taken to the clinic where he meets Cecilia, Mateo, Valentina. He also meets other patients, Gabriella and Parker, and becomes friends with Carlos, the caretaker's young son. John goes under for surgery, and when he wakes up, Cecilia tells him he's free of cancer. Excited about his new chance at life, he buys a gift for Gabriella. But when he goes back to the clinic, he realizes it was all a trick. He watches a video that shows his supposed brain surgery, only to trick him. There's no scar on his head, and the whole operation was a scam. Realizing that Dr. Cortez was actually his taxi driver Diego in disguise, John kidnaps and questions him. John makes Diego play a dangerous game where he has to remove pipe bombs wired to his arms by cutting through his flesh. Surprisingly, Diego successfully completes this terrifying challenge. At the same time, John's associate Amanda Young abducts Cecilia, Mateo, Valentina, and Gabriella. They find themselves in the clinic, now unwilling participants in John's jigsaw games. Valentina is given the challenge of cutting off her own leg using a giggly saw. She needs to extract enough bone marrow to connect to a gauge and deactivate the trap. Even though she managed to cut off her leg successfully, she can't gather sufficient marrow, and another giggly saw ends up cutting off her head. Cecilia uses Valentina's intestines like a rope to get her phone and call for help. But Amanda gets there on right time and shocks her into submission and takes away the phone. Parker shows up into the clinic, pretending that he's here to get his money back. Amanda holds him back while Mateo is made to drill into his own skull and take out a piece of brain tissue. The plan is to dissolve it in a test tube to get a key. Even though he manages to do the task, the tissue doesn't dissolve fast enough, and a heated mass closes over his face, causing his death. Next, Gabriella is suspended from shackles and subjected to ionizing radiation, tasked with freeing herself by using a sledgehammer to break her shackled limbs. She succeeds, but before Amanda can take her to a hospital, Parker forces them at gunpoint to release Cecilia. Cecilia ends up killing Gabriella by breaking her neck. She discloses that she had called Parker, who is in on the scam, to come and save her. Now she compels John to chain himself into the trap originally meant for her. Cecilia hears Carlos playing outside. She brings him inside and chains him across from John. The trap then starts waterboarding them with blood. Parker and Cecilia go to get their stolen cash from John's control room, but accidentally trigger a tripwire. This locks them inside the room and frees John and Carlos. John discloses that Diego exposed all the scammers, including Parker and Henry, and that he deceived Cecilia into bringing Parker to the facility. A deadly chemical gas starts filling the room, and the only escape is a ventilation hole big enough for just one person's head. Cecilia and Parker start fighting with each other for survival. Cecilia kills Parker, but she is still not able to get out of the room. She sees John, Amanda, and Carlos leaving the facility, leaving her stuck. In the last scene, we see that now it's Henry's turn. He wakes up in a really old bathroom with a trap on his stomach. John and Mark Hoffman are there, keeping an eye on things. Don't miss out on more videos like this by subscribing and turning on notifications. Thanks for watching.